The
It's your boys.
BkGameDevs from Brooklyn, New
going?
York. How you doing?
For sure. How's it going? Another Thursday, another session of game development. Last week, we were working on enemy AI and stuff like that. We're still working on that. We're gonna do a few last things to get this enemy to be a complete like entity of its own. So right now it can move, it can detect the player, and it can attack. What we're gonna start off with adding is some death animations on that. So we want that to be able to like instead of just like poofing away where it looks kind of like awkward, it has a cute little animation where it kind of like falls on the floor because it's defeated. So we'll start there, and then some other things we'll take a look at is the ability for the player to take hurt damage. So they currently do take damage and they can die, but right now they do not like flinch when they take an attack. So we have an animation for that, as well as when they die, we'll add something for that as well. So as you can see here from what Alex is showing, it can detect the player, and if you just stay behind it, it'll wait for a minute and keep going on the patrol. Wait at a ledge, turn. And
Alex, do it a little slowly. You're jumping back and forth. Do it a little slowly. Yeah. See, so the player is attacking with its little fire blast.
Yeah, a little enemy.
Back up a little bit, so that you're out of its range. So see, it's not attacking. Wait, a little more. Back up a little more.
Not yet. Not Skynet yet. Yeah, what's up, Spartan? Thanks
well, you know
for
what? I think last stream we actually ended with the walking not even working at all.
Yeah, so that's also what happened in between streams. Actually, before the Drake was like kind of dancing and like lagging back and forth in an odd way. Now we fixed the walking. It can walk back and forth. It no longer dances. So we're chilling in that regard.
Yeah, so last stream, our Drake was like really not listening to us. It was acting like a little teenager. So we were making jokes like, Drake listens to MCR, watches Degrassi, and we broke the fourth wall a little bit. And eventually at the end, our Drake, grew up and now has a fire blast animation, detects the player, and can attack, as you could see. The Drake has matured. And
Sure,
can attack.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we have to make it die. It needs to die.
Yes,
all enemies
the Drake
eventually
needs to
need to
die.
die.
The Drake needs to die.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm just like seeing like the. I just want to play around with this with a little.
I get you. Yeah, it's a little.
But we are doing well, Spartan Unit. Thank you for asking.
I think
we are.
I think I need to even do this.
How are you doing? Thanks for popping in.
I think that's pretty good. It just I'm fine with that. I think that's good actually.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that's a good amount because the
I have a question.
Detection. Yeah.
Is that hitting the player? That fire?
I think it should be.
As of now, I think that the embers don't, but the initial one does. So if you play and stand like right in front of it, you know what? The reason we don't know is right now if the player like if they lose their health, do they?
There it is.
Wait,
no,
right?
It's not hitting the player.
Okay, so move closer.
Yeah.
Like move right in front of it, and I'll see if this does damage.
It is doing damage. It's just not.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
And so I'm saying today what we're gonna do is add those animations in so that the player just doesn't tank all damage like an invincible god, right?
I guess in a future stream, maybe not like now. Like I guess we can refine like the collider.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I did a little bit because it was way too long.
Yeah.
Spartan says,
let's start with the
use.
Yo, you are late, Alex.
I'm so late. I'm so not focused today.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Paying attention to chat. Sorry, Alex. Peace out.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, let's check. We do have the animation for the Drake death, right? Like that's already there in the animation pane.
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is, and it kind of like plops down.
Okay.
No worries. Yeah, it kind of like plops down, and then right, and all the lights turn out.
Who turned out?
So let's work on that to start. Let's let's work so that let's get it so that it plays that animation once the player deals enough damage to it.
Do you think we can extend this?
What
As
do you mean?
in,
Like make
as
it
like
like
make it
slower?
No,
or
no, no, no,
longer?
no, no. Like not the actual animation itself, but like
Yes.
move the
Yes, I
frames over?
tried doing. Oh, yeah, I say just move that last frame to like even 130. You have to drag it from that little like tick icon. Yeah,
Here?
no, down. That
Down?
little like diamond thing. Yeah, grab that and drag.
Oh.
Yep, and move that's like 130.
Let me
What
see
Alex is getting at
see what this does.
is so that it's gonna like stay on the floor a bit longer before it replays the animation. But what I will say is, you wouldn't necessarily need to do that, Alex, because if we do it where it doesn't loop, it will just stay there at the end of the animation.
I don't want it to loop. I more so
No.
want to get to this point right here. I may even want to like copy this frame, right here.
Okay.
Duplicate it. Can I
Yeah.
duplicate?
I don't know. Try.
Well,
If
what's
you
the
right
difference
click,
between these two frames?
Oh, there isn't actually. I did that on purpose. So you know, yeah, you can just use that. You can just use
I
that
can
frame.
that. So the reason why I say this is because at this point I want to add an animation event
Sure.
that destroys the thing. So I want it to like
Sounds
die
good.
and then wait a little bit and then boom. Playing
Boom,
modded
yep, sounds
Skyrim.
good.
Nice. Am I late again?
No. You're fine. Yeah, modded Skyrim is a.
I know what it is. I'm saying, am I late in reading that? And did you guys already read that?
No. You're all good. I'm just talking about like the mods. They had the Talented Tank engine, which is a classic one. They even had the tall goth lady from RE Village as like a dragon. It was hilarious.
Lady
like people
B.
go crazy.
We already set this up.
Yeah, we did. It's just that it was end of stream, so we just need to run the animation event now to actually like trigger this, and we should be good.
So what do? We just don't include an exit? Can we do that? Can we just
Why wouldn't we? Because it'll go back to idle. You mean?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, like we want to play it all the way through, but we don't want it to like. I mean, it's gonna delete. It's gonna destroy the game object. I just don't want the. There's no reason to have that transition. Is basically what I'm saying.
I agree. There's no need to go to exit because it can't like it can't do anything or take any other animation after it dies. So I think that makes sense.
I turned off loop for it. So hit dying, and I guess we'll figure out the rest from there, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so here on depleted, we're in Drake.
And shout out to all the familiar faces in chat. It's always good to see Technode, Aurora, Spartan Unit, anyone else who maybe I don't remember the name, but we see you. We appreciate you all being here.
That's a fact. I echo that sentiment.
3 set pool health slots depleted.
Yep. And this is on the enemy object. Yeah. Then we'll run. Does it have something already for destroying itself? I assume so.
No, there is something for destroying it, but we want to play the animation first.
Okay. So
I'm trying to see what works for that. I know we can.
So then, when we want to put this event. No. Ignore me. Sorry. Yeah. Oh no. Isn't what we want to do? We want to send the event health slots depleted on the animation event, or am I?
No.
Right.
No. So
no,
health slots depleted is a It's just the event in which health is 0.
That's when health is 0, right?
Yeah. From that point.
10 bits from Spartan Unit. Let's go.
Thank you for
playing.
Thanks for the bits. Appreciate it.
What was I saying? I didn't really hear.
It's fine. The health slot. So yeah. So go ahead. What we're gonna be doing here is
I was just saying like we just have to set the value to true with this thing. But we need to do a little more than that, and I think I just need to add these functions. Setting the value to true is not really going to do anything. We need to trigger an actual like an event.
Yeah.
So we need 2 versions of these things.
2 versions of.
Set true
yeah,
state and set false state. Sorry, let me zoom in.
Wait,
That's
so
okay.
set true state and set false state are for what again?
They are convenient functions that take one parameter, which is a key, right?
Yeah.
Because
wait, but this is for the state controller for what? For,
It's for any state. So
for any
a state can
state? Okay.
be is attacking, is walking, is dying, is crouching.
any state that you think of that you could think of that's a bool state. The reason
True, false.
Yeah, true false. So it's easy to do it in two functions. The reason I did it like this was so that animations in animation events can call this, specify a key, and know like, hey, for this key I'm setting true. For this key I'm setting false.
And specifically, this is going to be for health slots depleted.
Because we want
when
to.
the enemy dies.
Yeah, we want to set is dying. I think that or dying, so that the animation can be triggered.
Okay.
Yep.
However,
Got it.
there's a version like there's a what do you call it? An optional parameter called trigger state event, right?
Okay.
Or state set event, which essentially just triggers this if this is true, and this is connected to the animator. Really, it could be connected to anything, but this is at the moment is connected to the animator because we don't want this to like set an animator bool if the parameter doesn't exist. We're just going to end up getting a lot of warnings. That's why I specifically added that little true or false thing, but not on this function. So I have to add a version of this that does
with the trigger event
with true. That's
got it. Okay. So
set.
what this is going to do now, just to be sure, is because the issue we're having is that if we just had the enemy destroy itself when its health is 0, it wouldn't play the animation. It would take damage and then just poof away. Whereas what we want is for health depleted to set it to true, so it's in the dying state, and then that will play the animation where it like plops down, the lights go out, and then after that it should be free to go ahead and destroy itself. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have pooped either way because even that we're sort of controlling with the animations.
Okay, so then the main thing is that we want the animation to play before we do anything else.
Yeah, pretty much. So here we are.
Cool.
Dying. I think that's what we're calling it.
Shout out to dying. Shout out.
Shout out to dying.
So
That's a joke.
So here's the issue. No, it's not an issue. I think in the enemy control I have to just check if I'm dying. Because then I don't want to do any of this.
Yeah, got it.
So if I get state.
Yeah. So if we're in the state of dying and bool dying, yep. If that's true,
And
then we effectively want to just want to return, right? Yeah. We don't want to run any more code. Just stop there, return to wherever you called from, and let that do its thing.
Or just to make sure, we're doing it right.
Yes, because we don't want you're like moving and then it'll just keep moving like left or right even after it dies. We want it to stop wherever it dies. Sounds good.
Oh, you know what? I need you know what I need to do? I need to create like a stop movement.
That's fair. That just simply it's just a utility.
There's a bit of duplicate code going on here.
So if I understand correctly, the reason why you said that is because when the enemy loses its health, we don't want it to like continue any other code routines and like keep on moving or attacking. We want it to like stop in its place, and we want it to just die.
Exactly. I mean the same,
yeah.
but that's exactly the same thing that we want for attacking. So that's why I moved it into its own function because we want to.
Arden used it again with the bits, but this time it's the rips.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it.
You're not hearing the bit. You're not hearing it.
The sound alerts. Yeah.
Oh, that's not fun. Oh.
I thought I was missing it because we usually have stream muted because we're like talking and there's like a double thing. I'm looking now. Yeah. Okay. What?
Oh, I'm getting them now. I just have to restart it. Thank you for the applause.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm gonna get them ripped.
Okay, I hear the applause now, and I'm assuming the rip will play next.
Oh. Okay. So now stream is gonna hear both sound alerts, but okay.
It's okay.
Cool.
What was I doing? Oh yeah.
But thanks again, Spartan Unit. We appreciate
Yeah,
it. This
I
is
appreciate
awesome.
it for
Yeah,
sure.
we, like I said, or I don't know if I said it already, but we don't want a dead body walking around.
Yeah, we definitely don't want their bodies walking around. That's for sure.
Alex is just like, we don't want any dead bodies walking around here.
Oh man, I'm preparing for Dying Light. Let's
Dying
see.
Light. Apparently, the GameStop near me was just like, nope. Even though you pre-ordered it, we don't have it. Sorry.
Wow.
I don't know. I
Okay.
I did it online. What was
I wanted to pick it up. I wanted to like
Dying-
physically pick it
So
up.
dying this that's set to true. I think I know it is being set to true. Yeah, let's give it a shot. I don't have the destroy code. Oh no!
Everyone's excited for Dying Light. Makes
Oh,
sense.
same for Spartan Unit. So it might just be our area, Alex.
If you really want to remove it, I'll set use destroy immediate.
Destroy immediate. Wait, what? Yeah, wait, what? What piece of code is causing this? Scriptable object event, collide event controller. So that's weird. We haven't seen that before. Let's see, so
Wait,
we
what's
said
going
dying
on?
to-
All right, guys. What's going on here?
what's happening is
Destroying
it's-
assets is not permitted
yeah, it's-
to avoid data loss.
yeah, like it seems that we're handling the destruction of the enemy like object wrong, and
Wait,
so
well,
it's like you're
how
not
were
doing
we?
it
Wait,
right.
wait. Before, how were we destroying the?
I'm not destroying anything.
How were we destroying it?
No, I'm using.
I don't think we were at the
permitted
time.
to avoid. What? Hold on. Let me apply all the overrides. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay, sure.
Because it seems like there's like a release reference there, but that was in the old state controller.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's when we were using the old state controller. That's why. Okay.
Okay, now we're not getting the error, right? But it just doesn't want to die because we now have the immortal Drake from hell.
Apparently.
The immortal Drake from hell. Jeez. Is
Which-
that how?
Yeah,
Is that
I
how
know.
Drake? Is that how Drake is gonna appear
already
in
pre-ordered on
Multiverse
my
of Madness?
Uh,
I hope not.
oh, look at that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, show us. Oh, there's a missing object for collided.
What's that?
Yeah, what object was that?
Oh, I know what it was. This was originally state controller. This was originally pointing to state controller, I think. I hope.
Okay, alright.
On player health.
On player health box or like hit box or something, yeah, like it yeah, like it decreases because there's like contact damage, I think.
And the same thing. So I don't remember what this collide event controller is, but it might have been like a leftover from like, like immediately dying, like
Sure, okay.
Drake immediately dying the moment you hit it. I don't know why it was still.
Gotcha, yeah.
I have a question.
None of this is working. That's great.
Go ahead, Chris, yeah.
Colliding with the enemy, just like, does that lose health?
Yeah.
Just colliding with it, like.
That's what this is.
Yeah. It does like contact damage.
But
as
what
well
about
as
what about colliding while you're dashing or sliding?
it's still damage. As right now we haven't like pulled that out. But I think that all of that would still count as damage unless
Because don't
We
we
make
like stop?
our
Don't we
dash
like
phase
stop
dash.
co-routine? Wait, don't we like stop co-routines while we're like sliding or dashing?
for the player, not enemies.
For the player.
So when you're,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so the enemy would still do damage.
Hold on, I think I know what it was.
Yeah, what do you think it was?
That was what it was. Hold on, where is it?
Was what was it? Alex, tell me.
No,
What
I'm
was
sorry,
it?
I
Today,
lost-
Junior.
Stop. Hold on, I was
Nah, that's all good.
It made me go into prefab to add this. So let me go in and reorder. It was looking at the original state controller, but remember I had done the whole inheritance thing. Like enemy controller or now inherits from state controller.
Oh, yes.
So
mhm.
when it was pointing to this collided thing, from player attack. So when I get attacked by player, it was pointing to this original state controller.
Gotcha. Okay.
So here I want to go to enemy controller. I want to apply health slots, and do -1. Right? We're still gonna figure out how to deal with this damage thing.
Yeah, we'll refactor that as time goes on. That's fine.
There's this one that takes player time, and then there's this one that
I think what we'll do is we should just enhance Collide Event Controller to be the same way we did Event Listeners. It'll take an array of tags and an array of like objects that have like fire once and stuff, and then it'll figure itself out. Ooh.
Oh.
Boy just got stuck. He's like, well, this is kind of awkward.
What's happening?
Just stands there. It probably... Did we set dying is true? We did. And check the transition just to be safe?
No, I'm looking. It's kind of like going in between attack and...
Oh, okay. Probably because maybe like the frame it dies, it's in attacking and doesn't want to move from... Yeah, interesting. Weird. What could that be? It's probably something along those lines. Any other games anyone is hyped for? I know there's a lot of hype for Dying Light. What else is coming out soon? I can't remember. I think Horizon Forbidden West, but I don't have a PS5, so I won't be able to start that yet. But I know that's going to be good. Horizon is a good game.
I never beat the first one because I can't finish games. Can't finish games.
This guy, Horizon is a good one. God of War 2 is supposed to be coming out next year, I think.
I know Spartan Unit is a Horizon fan, so...
Horizon's a great game. Yeah, we have some good games coming out on the horizon. I can't wait for Final Fantasy 16 in the next... Whoever knows how many years, because Final Fantasy games take forever.
Final Fantasy hold on a second. Wait.
7 Part 2. What happened?
The next Hollow Knight. Silk Song.
Oh, no, I gave up on that.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for that one too.
Where is it?
Okay.
It's nowhere. They teased it and showed some great gameplay, and then it is going to be a while. So that one is not even in my mind until we get closer.
What are we doing, Team Cherry? We love you guys. What's going on?
We do love Team Cherry.
There's Team three of you. There's three
I know
of
what the
you.
issue is. Okay.
What's going on, guys?
Okay, what is the issue? Sorry.
The Drake attack kind of goes to the end. Like there's no transition.
Oh, from Drake attack to Drake death.
Yeah.
As in, like, it should be able to die while it's attacking, right?
Transition to itself.
Oh. Okay, I see.
I guess it's because we forced an exit time for it. I think we'd have to create a new transition here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Have no exit time, because it should just be able to just, even if it's mid-attack, if you kill it, it just dies. GG. Get wrecked.
Maybe that'll fix it.
Hey, we'll try it out. Let's see. It makes sense to me, but let's see if it makes sense to Unity. That's the real question.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's all good. 1, 2, 3.
Spartan Unit, I haven't heard of those other two games. Can you talk about them?
because they're both true. Oh.
I got you.
I know.
You. Yeah, while Alex is doing that, so Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I'll come to that second. The first game is Sifu, which is like a martial arts game where every time you die, you get older. So it's an interesting concept. Like, so you start off as like a young man, you fight people. If you die, you get older with like more abilities and you keep going. So it's an interesting game. I think it came out already. I think. Hey.
Godzilla.
Let's see it again.
Let's see that again.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Drake. You getting wiped in the multiverse of madness right from the beginning. Goodbye.
Nice. There's a couple things that probably need to happen though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I need to maybe this needs to be disabled.
We need to set
because like it's not gonna be attacking.
What's the issue? Yeah, it's not
attacking, right? That animation is gonna be interrupted, but this is still going to, like, if I run through it, even though it's dying, it's still going to hurt me. So that's one of the things that we have to figure out.
Okay, so then do we want to just maybe, if is dying, we set the enemy hitbox to like off, so it should do no damage. and then we also need to figure out a way to stop the is attacking
the problem with
state, right?
the problem with that is that like we could probably disable the collider.
Sure.
We have to do two things. We have to disable the rigid body and the collider.
Okay. I remember you saying that. Yeah, that the rigid body plays a bigger part.
It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall through. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I understand. Like it'll fall through the level. Yeah.
I guess we just have to be careful. I think like it's two things, right? This is only a for now, because if we end up attacking it and we end up sort of having like a pushback because of it and it falls, doing this immediately is going to keep it in midair. So what we want to do is like, you know, do something a little more, I guess, smart. But for now, because it's come back to that, yeah, we could just disable rigid body 2D somehow.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else could we do. So the issue is that attacking is still true when it dies, right?
No, I fixed it.
Okay, sorry, yeah, because those are both true. Sorry. The issue now is
no, we just have to destroy it after at the end.
So why don't we run an event like so we have the animation event.
Simulated. I'm just trying to figure out how to.
Which event do we run at the end of the death animation? Why don't we use that to use code to destroy itself?
Hold on. I'm just looking at what. Okay, yeah, I just want to disable this and maybe set gravity to like 0.
I understand, yeah, but I'm saying, why can't we on the animation? At the end of the death thing, we have an animation event, right? Is there a reason why we can't put a piece of code in enemy controller that's like destroy enemy that just calls the destroy method on the game object?
We may not have to.
Yeah.
Because in the animation pane on the death for the Drake, it has an animation event there, right? And what's being called at the end there? Okay, there isn't one.
No,
I think that we could
have to
add one.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I say let's add one, and have enemy controller. I think we should be able to. No.
Yeah, no, we'll add it to enemy controller. I don't think there's really any other way.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do, and then have it just do it's like destroy enemy, and then now we can control it in code, and I think that works out.
We don't want to say we don't want to call it destroy.
Can we describe to everyone like just what our thought process is here in like a non like technical way?
Yeah. So the idea is what we need to happen is once the enemy dies, it needs to like go away off screen, right? So we need to get rid of that like object in our game, or we'll get rid of the enemy itself. We were gonna try and disable some of its colliders, because the other issue was that when the enemy died, if it was attacking, the like area of effect where the player would take damage would still be there. So technically you would take damage from a dying enemy. Whereas what we want really is when it dies, after the animation plays, just let it kill itself off, so it'll just disappear from our game.
Yeah. So we got it to play the actual death animation, but we want to get it to actually disappear from the actual like field from the game.
Yep, it needs to poof away out of existence where we don't gotta think about it.
Yeah, normally I would have put it in the editor somewhere, but you know, since if we're gonna make this like a base at some point,
having a destroy is fine.
There it is.
Now, this will not necessarily handle the thing about the attack, right? Like, the player still taking damage, but it will destroy itself, so that works out.
Yeah, no. For the now time, what's gonna happen is dying is gonna be set to true. Gravity is gonna be set to 0. That way it doesn't fall or go up. And then I'm going to turn off its box collider, so there should be no None of that.
For it to hurt the player.
Yeah. But again, this needs to be like done better.
Sure. Yeah. We will have to repractice. This move is very much a. It's just because we haven't gotten through the full framework yet. That's the issue there. And yeah, cool. So now again,
weird. Hold on.
Try again. Yeah. Let's see. What looked a bit weird to you?
I thought it like sort of like did a like weird thing.
Okay, let's wait for it to 1, 2, 1. Okay, that's 3 hits.
There we go.
Okay, I guess that wasn't weird. I thought it did like a little shifty shift thing.
Got you.
Okay.
Let me sanity check, right? I swear. Wait. Oh, is that just part of the animation?
Wait, what? Yeah. Like do it again.
I'm just gonna play it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Just play it.
Because I feel like there's a flickering that I see. Oh yeah, there is a flickering. Okay, that was just me bugging. It is part of the animation.
Yeah. As in like the lights going out.
No, not just the lights going out, but there's a little bit like there's this tiny moment where it flickers. Just like the tiniest moments right when it drops, it flickers.
Okay, maybe we're not seeing it.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Hold on. Maybe I could just.
Oh. Wait. Go back.
Oh, there.
Wait.
There's a duplicate.
Yeah, right there, right.
That's probably what I'm seeing, and that's throwing me off. Like this.
Okay,
like,
so go ahead and go ahead and delete that. That's a mistake. It should just be like dark at that point, right? So the one where it's red.
No, it's.
Okay, so sorry. Get rid of the one where it's all dark. Yeah, that's a mistake.
That was a mistake.
The frame is not supposed to be there. Yeah, you can go ahead and delete that frame.
It does give an interesting effect though, kind of like light a light bulb that
I actually kind of agree with what Alex is saying right now, though.
I actually disagree. I think that we should get rid. Just
the
delete it and then play it and then
cool.
if anything we can undo.
Well, the thing is though.
I think that's more smooth.
These are placeholder.
It is placeholder, so who cares, right?
yeah, they are.
I gotta remember that.
Quality work.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like we
Let's.
did that.
You want to show it again? You want to show it off again?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let's kill the Drake and watch it die.
1, 2, 3. Oof.
Bye. One more time.
Oh, okay.
Kill the Drake.
Okay.
On this.
Play the My War Attack on Titan theme in the background.
I'm not doing it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I guess we just.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to do this right now, but I guess we can make it flicker too when it gets hit.
Oh.
Well, that's what Quan said, right?
If you have an idea
Wait,
in mind,
you mean
I
like,
think.
hold on, you mean like as it's like dying? Like
No.
once it's...
So currently, right now, when you hit it, there's no way to know you hit it. It just stands there. So we'll just make it like flash or something, like white or red, so that you know that you're doing like damage to the enemy. You know what I mean?
Oh.
A comparable example is if you go on the player and go to the player hurt animation. We're trying to mimic that kind of effect where the player they kind of like flinch.
Right.
Okay, and I think eventually we could add in like sound effects.
Sure.
To accompany that.
Yep.
So along with each flicker? Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah. I mean look. So Spartan, we are playing God because we are making the game. So honestly, the murderer can do whatever we want. So if she's gonna murder scores of enemies, then she's gonna murder scores of
We are the
enemies.
gods of this universe that we are creating.
This very small zeros and ones code-based universe.
It is true.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so what we can do is, yes, exactly, flicker, and let's just have a sprite renderer or something that is just like, or if there's a way we can have the color just like flash on whatever. Oh, you know what we should do? I got it. The flicker it should be an effect on the sprite. We should get the sprite renderer of the enemy and apply a color change to it.
Ooh.
While you're doing that, I will figure that out in Unity on my side, just so that I can have an idea of the color. We have those light Yagami vibes up in here. That's facts. Except I don't want to be like him because for those who don't want spoilers, things may not go the best for your boy Light, bro.
The anime has been out since 2006.
All right, Mans gets wrecked. Mans dies, bro. Mans does not make it. Yo, I remember like watching that. I thought it was gonna be the kind of anime where he was gonna win or something, or like he was gonna like get away. But bro, that ending rough.
Check this out. I am L. See this?
Get out of here. Yo, I remember in like 2006, everyone thought they were cool. Everyone was in school just hunching and sitting in their chair, just hurting their backs. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, get out of here.
Hello, Light.
Right? People were really feeling it.
Again. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, don't hurt your back. It's really not a good way to sit.
Speaking of not doing that, posture check and hydration check.
Yo, facts. That's a fact. My posture is looking good.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Karurosu Synapse.
Thank you for the follow at this very minute.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
was it because I turned into L? And...
what? It's either that or they like the content or both.
It doesn't seem.
But thanks for the follow.
Let us know why you followed us. Thank you.
It doesn't.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like you can set color because that's what I was going to try to do.
Yeah, I don't think we can. Hold on, let me see. String reset bounds. No, it's a property, not a method. It's just dot color. So that's why I'm saying ideally we could do it in code. Because then again, I know it may seem not generic, but it kind of is. Every enemy, when it takes damage, no matter what, should have a flicker. They may have different animations that they have.
Is it like a color thing, or is it like a don't show them and then re-show them?
No, it's a color thing. So go to player and go to the player hurt and animation, and you'll understand exactly what I mean. Sorry, the animation pane.
Oh.
Yep, and then go back to game view. And then scene view is better, yeah. And then for player, go to player hurt and just go ahead and play that, and you'll see exactly what I mean. So you see how they like flash?
Hold on, guys.
Take damage.
Yeah. She's just like vibing.
It's like she's vibing, or like she's like, yeah, she's like trying to do like the stanky leg. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the stanky leg, but also this kind of gives me like Jellyfish Jam vibes, like
Oh yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's classic from us.
So we're gonna essentially leave it to an animation.
So I'm saying it can be an animation, or it can just be an effect. So that way it can flicker from any state. So I'm saying instead of an animation, when it takes damage, we almost like apply like a layer of light on top of it. I don't know how to explain it. So let me try and figure it out on my side, because I just want to change the color of the sprite. That's effectively what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look here. Sorry, let me undo. Yeah, but while you're doing that, if you could just start setting up code where like we can figure out if it took damage. So we already have code there, right? Like,
we know it took damage. I was going to try.
And do we have a way to?
No, I was going to try to do an action sequence thing.
Okay, the only thing is I don't know if you'll be able to access the color property of the sprite. That's why I'm curious. But give me a moment to try and figure this out.
I have one more thing to add on to that. So because we're gonna see when the enemy took damage, and we're going to show that through like a color change, didn't we already purchase like an FX package? Why don't we throw in like a
I think we'd have to open up that project and look for one. I don't think that.
I mean, I can multitask. I don't know.
I say let's come back though when we have the ones we picked, because it sometimes takes us time to figure out one that works well. So let's find them, and I'm okay with doing that. Like for next stream, we'll have the effects all set up, and maybe we can find some sounds too.
I can probably set up some code for audio playing as well.
All right.
Because that needs to be set up. That's not set up in this project.
I don't know why I thought the Drake would sound like. I don't know why I thought that, but you know.
The idea I had won't work the way I want because I can't change the color the way I thought I could. But yeah, adding a flicker. Maybe let's come back to this. So I can't make it lighter than it already is. What I'm effectively trying to do is, like the player, when they get hit and a player hurt.
Yeah.
If you look at like frame 2 or something.
Sure.
So just go frame by frame, right? Yeah. So you see how here they're like, there's like a layer of like white, and then they go back to their normal like color.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I can't do that. I'd have to do that like in an editor or something. I can't think of a good way to add that effect to a sprite.
Hold on.
Well, how did we do that? How did we do that on the player here? You see how
we didn't. The animation came that way.
Oh, with the color already there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying I was trying to replicate it because it's effectively just like a layer mask is what you would call it in Photoshop.
We can't like change the alpha on the sprite renderer itself.
So we can change the alpha, but that isn't an alpha change. That's a change in like there's a layer on top. Again, let's not worry about it now. It's fine.
Okay, I think that's an extra thing. Let's take a note on it. Let's take.
Wouldn't it be something like this?
Yes, but if you go to the Drake, the Drake enemy, right, and go on a their sprite, and then try and change the color, you're gonna see what I mean. So now go to color, and you see how you can make it darker, but you can't make it any lighter than that. That's what I'm getting at. Like, ideally, we want to make it like flash, like lighter or something to know that you did damage. Yeah, you can only change the color, so that's something that we'd have to figure out a different way to do.
Wait, so why can't we change the color?
Or you can change. I mean, we can, but it's not of a color theory stuff. But ideally, the max amount of white value is currently in the sprite as default. You can't put it more than max. That's effectively what's happening. Okay. It's something that has to be done on the art side rather than the code side at the moment.
Because I'm thinking about, maybe if I'm not understanding this right, I'm thinking about like what Super Metroid did with their bosses, and think about like when you fight Kraid for the first time, and he starts out. I can't get the colors in mind. Starts out like yellow. And then as you start like beating the shit out of him, he starts like turning orange and then like red, and then eventually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that kind of thing we could do, but there's also a thing in Metroid where each attack makes the enemy like flash.
And then is that what we're trying to do?
That's what we're trying to do. So that every hit on the Drake will have it like flash before it dies, so you know that your damage is taking effect.
This might be something that we may do as a
particle effect.
Not a particle effect, but like a shade.
Okay, all right. So then I say again, let's come back to it though, because it's really not super important. Let's focus on having the player do that right now. So right now, when the player takes damage, they don't flinch or anything. So let's try and add that for the player. There's already a player hurt animation here. We have to just set that up. And I think that's also, again, from the any state. Because from any state, if you're jumping and you get hit by an attack, or if you're falling and fall on spikes or whatever, you should, take that like damage and like flinch.
Huge.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I can only imagine how much more detailed it is when you have like a 3D model where it has like 50 more different unique animations. Like, I don't even know what these webs begin to look like.
I wish we can create like multiple exit nodes.
As in, like, they all do the same thing, but just so that you could have it be more clean.
Yeah, like this one. Like, yeah, exactly. Can we not do that?
So before we jump into that, can we just describe to the viewers what we just decided to table?
Sure, yeah. So what we just decided to table was trying to make our enemy flash when they get hit. We realized that's going to take either some changes in a shader, which is part of the graphics engine to like apply lighting effects to our sprites and stuff, or we will have to go and change the art itself to figure it out. That's mainly it, to be honest.
Yeah, and we also wanted to potentially throw in like a sound effect for when the enemy would get hit, and we also wanted to throw in maybe like the enemy changing like the color of their skin, like if they get hit, kind of like similar to like a game like Metroid. I don't know if we like actually decided on doing that, but like it's a mixture of things that we might decide to do, but we're gonna table it and just we're not gonna do it now, pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be done now. It's not anything that's super important.
But we did manage to get our enemy Drake to die.
To die, yeah, it needs to die.
So we have accomplished that, and that is done. And what will we be moving on to now?
We're gonna try and get the player to do exactly what we just said for the Drake. We'll have the player flinch anytime they take damage, and we currently have it all set up so that we know when the player takes damage because their health is depleted, and then when their health is dropped by 1, we will play the effect where they get hurt on the final one. So when their health goes from 1 to 0, we'll play a death animation. So Alex, if you wanted to just go ahead and set up that transition now as well, then feel free.
All right.
We'll see. I'm a little concerned about this one.
The hurt. Why?
Yeah. Because we have all these. This is my general concern for any state. Like they're all sort of like anything can interrupt her, even though it's a short thing. Like if you dash, it's all right. I guess there was something I mentioned earlier regarding the whole what states influence what and creating a structure for that. So that might play a role in. Basically, what I'm saying is I might not have to worry about this at the moment. It might be something that we'll just end up fixing through that new structure.
I get that. Yeah, I think
no one
that's
can know about it.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I think for now, I know this is complex, so again, for everyone who's watching, this is a very complex like web of which animation can go to which animation, and we have to set it up this way. It gets very complex, as you can see. Don't worry too much about all the lines you're seeing. They're effectively just like they're conditions. So it says, hey, if you are attacking, what animation can you do next? Or if you're like running, which animations can you go to? If you're running, you can then jump or attack or crouch. It handles those conditions for the animations, but it just gets very, very convoluted with the more animations you have on the player. I know for all of us, this is the most animations we've ever had on a player before, so that's why it's getting so complicated.
And there's certainly gonna be much more.
Yeah. When we bring our own assets in, we're probably gonna have double the amount of animations. Yeah, double. I mean, because we plan to add really fun little context animations, things that how if you watched our stream yesterday, we were playing some Bloodstained. There was the ability to hit like a JoJo pose. Now that does nothing for the game, but it's fun, and I think it's something that's fun to add to our game. So we plan to add stuff like that, and that'll definitely add the amount of animations that we're gonna have in our game.
This game's gonna be really fun. You guys are gonna love it.
And then they hate it. No, I think everyone's gonna be a big fan. It's funny because some people at work have been asking me about the game, yo, what's the story? I'm like, I can't tell you, and they're excited to play it. So hey, it's lit.
Have they been popping in the streams?
I think so. I posted it, and I did see some people from work in stream. Yeah, so
that's awesome. Content. That's awesome. Hello.
Hurting.
You're here. How you doing?
If the player is hurting, damn, that feels so emotional.
Yeah, you know what I can do?
I'm hurting.
This should, I hope, work, right?
Sure.
But it may not, because what we need for it to do is prevent it from getting set again, or like set it to false almost immediately.
As in, like, hurting should be set to true and then immediately false?
Kind of true enough that it gets like sent over to
Why don't we let the animation do it again in the same way where we had the animation event? Why don't at the end of the hurting animation we fire an event like set is hurting to false or something? Could we do that?
Hold on, I've lost my place.
Sure, yeah, I know this is a big inspector for the player.
Yeah.
Okay, so when the player's hurting, then
set
you're
it
gonna...
to true. I don't know if setting it back to false will, like, basically it takes all these inputs and then whatever the final input was, then like the next frame, before the next frame, that's the one it's going to go with when dealing with animations and state machine and all that. So like, for example, what my concern is, like, even though we're explicitly calling the animator set bool function,
Yep.
that doing something like this is still not going to work. Right? Oh, sorry. Set false. Sorry. Set false.
I'm not understanding. So can you try this out? I want to see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
So here you are saying when we take damage, they should go into... So the animations should work. Like, they should flinch or they don't flinch. Okay, all right.
Okay, so here's the other thing, right?
Yep.
Let me just set it to true. So that was my concern, right?
As in, like, maybe it happened because it was so instant. Saying.
So here's my second concern. Now it's set to true without anything having set it to false.
That's why I'm saying, why don't we have the animation event do it? So it plays once, then at the end of the hurt animation, it sets it back to false. So that instead of it doing it instantly, it waits.
It's actually a little bit more than that.
Okay.
So here we have the player getting hurt, right?
Yep.
So here we have to set an animation event. It's exactly what you said, but we don't do it at the end. We do it at the beginning.
Okay.
Because we need to set it to false. Like, the animation, it's not going to interrupt it because it's still going to play out all the way.
I get you.
It's going to prevent it from being there. I'm hoping.
Well, do we want to do that? Because then if it's hurting, will it allow the player to be hurt again? No, right? Like, what happens if we get that issue with frame damage? Like, if it goes from hurting to not hurting, will the next frame that if they're still in the hitbox of the fire, will they take damage again? Or do we have something to prevent that? I think we do.
There's another level we have to add on to this, and that's turning off player hitbox. Oh, actually, we can.
I think we do that already. I think, because I know our player doesn't take frame damage.
We don't.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn we did.
No, I'm pretty sure, like, you're not going to see that hit. Well, maybe. If I could find where player went.
Yeah, let's find out.
Nope, hitbox is still enabled.
Okay, so but they aren't taking damage per frame, or are they? Can you restart and go to player and let's see the help slots? 'Cause I realize now we're in the sandbox scene where we don't have the UI for the hearts.
No, the player's not taking damage per frame because that's based on collide event controller. And remember,
okay. It's fire once.
Fire once, or no, it's not fire once, but because of the nature of collision, we're going off of collided and not staying in.
Oh, okay. So by nature, you only collide with something once.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. Well, for reference, for anyone who doesn't understand what we are looking at right now, we are literally trying to get our player to look like they're in pain. That is the very simple explanation of what's going on.
Okay, so here's the issue. It played it the first time, didn't play it the second time.
Okay, so then did it get reset correctly? That's the question.
And if you want to give a less technical explanation of what you guys were just saying, you may do so.
Sure. So what's happening is we have to make sure that the animation play, because as you see, the player is either they're flickering all the time or they only flicker once when they get hit, but it should happen every time they get hit. So we're trying to fix some nuances here to make sure that the player takes damage or like they flinch every time they're hit except for when they dive. So we have to fine tune something.
Oh, there it is.
What are you looking for?
Oh,
the
I'm trying to see what hurting is. Hurting is false.
Sure.
I guess that makes
hurting
sense.
is false. Okay, so now let's see. And
seems like it's staying false. It's not setting to true.
That's the issue. Yeah, it never sets to true again for some reason.
Wait, hurting is staying true, you said, or staying false?
False.
Staying false
so
after the first time.
What happens is
after the first time that you get hurt, it's staying
so
false?
First time
or true?
so first time it gets set to true, then it goes back to false, but then it never goes to true again. So hence the flinch never happens again.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it seems like we have something wrong in our setting it.
Because this is setting it to false, which makes sense, and that obviously worked just fine because you know, the animation to play. This is.
And then what sets it to true initially? Where is that again? It's in that collided check, right? Or in the health slots decreased?
Health slots decreased, yeah.
Okay, so when the health slots get decreased, we set this to true. And yeah, that's
the proper
curious.
function.
Yeah, because there's 2, right?
Yeah, it is the proper.
Okay.
Let me try that again.
Sure, yeah. Let's see what's going on.
1, 2, okay. Let me see.
Yeah. Is it because you never left the hitbox of the? Oh, could it be that you never? Oh no.
Well, the hitbox. When it disables, it's essentially like an exit. So when it enables, there's a collide.
I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, yeah. So what Alex just said is about the collider for the player.
I don't think that was the issue.
Oh, what wasn't the issue? Sorry. What wasn't the issue?
I think I know what the issue is. My bad.
Okay.
I think we have the player. No, there it is. Max health slots 3.
What did you think was happening so that we can?
Yeah. Amount of health was 0. I thought it was just being set to 0 by default. For some reason, doesn't seem to be the case.
Go take damage because you have 3 health slots, and then we have to see.
No, health slots is 0. Yeah, it is not getting set.
0. Yeah.
It's not getting set on load.
Probably something I did by accident.
Got it. This is also why maybe we should. Do we want to make the Drake because the Drake is already a prefab, right?
It is a prefab, yes.
So maybe we should, for testing, because we already have the UI set up in the cave scene, maybe we should move the Drake and the player into the cave scene and test it there, only because we'll definitely know. Like, I think if we were in that scene, we would have known it was 0.
I mean, you're right.
Instead of having to go into debug.
Is the action in the player controller merged properly yet?
Let me override this.
That we can do that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Everything is good because we're still working on the same prefab object. We just need to override and just apply these changes that we've made.
Oh, okay.
And then move into the.
That would actually be good to actually test out and show people. So that's cool.
Yeah, I think that'll work out in our favor there.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me try to remember how we used to do this. Go
to game and then. Oh no, sorry. Go to caves 1. Because do we have a Drake in there? If we do, then we should be good. I think we do from.
Yes, we do.
Oh yeah, because we can't. Okay, all right. So yeah,
we did it.
So just go to game, and then we should be good to test it out here.
Should be.
Again, the reason why we're not going directly into that other scene is this game scene is a.
You're a
no health.
Hey, Fungi, what's going on?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. That's the thing I was gonna fix. That.
Yeah.
Fungi, how's it going? How you doing?
What we're doing now is making sure that we can see, and now we see that on load player has no health.
It's
totally
my fault.
That's confirmed at least. At least that's confirmed by the UI, so that's cool.
No, yeah, that's what the issue is. Okay, I'm not going to explain it. No. Every time with class inheritance and Unity, it's not the most easiest to remember that having a start function in the child class is going to override whatever the start function is in the parent class. So that's why I created this initialize function to begin with. So what's happening is whatever start was in state, which is setting health to max health slots when you start, was not doing its thing. So here I am. Maybe I'll actually put this over here just to be safe.
Okay.
And
and in a less technical sense, we were just not setting the initial values on our like player and like on certain things in the right place. We moved it to the correct place so that it cascades in the right way before it was getting like overridden by other code. Now that shouldn't happen, and now we have 3 hearts, which means that is exactly what we're hoping to see.
That's pretty good.
So
cascade. I think that's
because
good.
because we just fixed that, and Shadow Fungi just popped in, and we are at the halfway point in our stream. We might as well
What
describe
I'm finding. Well, what I'm finding.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on a sec, Alex. What
are we doing?
I'm going to explain what we did so far.
Yeah, go
ahead.
Right?
That's what you're saying? Yeah, so for anyone who's joining now, what we worked on is we got the enemy to like die when they take enough damage. When they right now when they die, they now like plop down on the floor and they like disappear, because that's what you would expect. Whereas last time they kind of just like stood there and tanked the damage. Now we're working on the same thing for our player, where when the player takes damage, they kind of flinch. And then we'll be working on making sure that when the player loses all their health, they will go into a death animation and respawn, which should be the most obvious like flow of things. Yes. So Alex, you were saying about so is it working now? It looked like it was.
It is working now. I was concerned, but about like the timing of the animation, but it wasn't the animation. It's when the collider for the fire is enabled. There seems to it almost feels like it's a little bit off, like when I'm supposed to get hit, or at least what feels like when I'm supposed to get hit versus when I actually feel the damage. So that's just something we have to
fine-tune. I think I saw that too, as in like the fire was out, but the player like flinched like a half second later or something, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha, makes sense.
You fixed this animation too?
Like, yep, it's all good. The pivots and everything are all good.
Why are you so good to us, Quan?
I don't know, man. I like games and I like y'all, so I'm good to y'all, I guess.
So here it's dying. I don't know if we have it dying. No, nope.
And Shadow Fungi, that's cool. You're working on OST stuff, and you're gonna add some better percussion.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying you're working on the music. That's dope.
Is that on your 3D project that you're working on, or is that on a separate project? Separate music project. Is that on the game that you're working on? What project is that for? We would love to know.
Okay,
dying there. Do the same with. But in this case, we're not going to.
Go to exit, because we don't want anything else to happen once the player dies.
Yeah, we're just going to leave them die. We don't want it to destroy, is what I mean. Yes, not go to exit, but we don't want it to be destroyed.
Yeah, we want that respawn stuff to happen, right? Where it like fills what we have now, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, the same project. Cool, dope.
That's cool. I have like no composing skills. I only have like literal like playing skills. I just don't I don't know how to compose and like in like a DAW, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to do anything.
What is a DAW?
A digital audio workstation. That is where you actually like put the music together. And
got it. So inside
like
of a DAW.
Like it's a DAW. I don't know why I said DAW. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just being annoying. It's fine.
Yeah. That's where you like actually layer tracks and you put together like a song. Like,
so something like GarageBand, for example.
Yeah, like GarageBand or Logic, or I use something called Reaper.
Okay, cool. I used to use GarageBand a while back, with like iMovie, so I kind of get what you mean.
Oops.
Yeah.
Nice platforming skills, Alex. Or doing it on purpose.
Use Ardor since it's open source, and you can compile it. That's
I wouldn't
interesting.
know how to deal with.
All right, let's see. Yeah, you see. Okay, so
What was
it's
that?
funny. Yeah, why did it play twice? But it's funny because the player like they spin around and like drop their sword when they die. But yeah, why did it play twice? No, the loop time is off. Only played twice.
Cannot transition into self.
That is very interesting. Yeah, do it again.
Do it again. Yeah, let me just
Yeah, let's do some more inspecting.
I'm just having
Also,
a side conversation about this for a second. But hold on. You use Ardor. It's an open source digital audio workstation, and you compile it on Linux. That is very interesting, and that's how you compose your music. That is very cool.
No, it didn't do it again.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Is that
didn't do
like
it that
a
time.
Unity glitch?
Maybe, but let's move the Drake up so that we don't have to keep jumping down.
I think I'd have to go into the scene.
Yeah, I said let's do it real quick just because it'll be faster for testing. But yeah,
That's fair.
I don't know if it was a Unity thing or what. Oh man, that's the wrong scenes folder.
You know.
Okay, and I go to scene view so you can actually see, right? Okay, cool. And let's just yeet that Drake up. Yeah, right there is perfect. It'll be easier for us to test. Okay.
It has a GUI, but the pre-built binaries are paid, so you compile it manually.
Yeah, it happened again.
Yeah, it happened again. What?
Okay, back to what you guys are doing. Sorry. Because this could be relevant to the music making, but anyway.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear it. The pre-built binaries are paid. Got it. Okay, and you just said that.
What is going on?
I can't even hum correctly. So the issue is, for some reason, when the player dies, they die twice.
They die twice?
The animation plays twice.
Yeah.
So what I mean is that this is like Sekiro, and shadows die twice.
Wait, can I see the visual again? Can I see the visual again?
Yeah, you gotta give me one moment while I drag this thing.
No problem.
Yeah. What happens is, Unity's being weird.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe just save and reload.
Oh, there you go.
I caught it. No.
Sort of.
Hold on.
Oof. The real issue to making a game is your editor, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know what's good. I swear. Got it. Okay, that's what I wanted.
Nice.
Maybe I'll put this one down here. Zoom in there. Right there.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You see how?
I see.
So like Sekiro, they die twice, and it's very weird. Like
hurt.
Wow,
it's because hurt.
So
what do you mean? It's because hurt.
Because hurt.
Oh, because we effectively don't want hurt to run on the final hit, right?
What's happening is both of them are getting set to true, but like dying is taking over because hurt immediately gets set to false. So there, I saw in a moment, or for a moment, that hurt was playing right before the second one. So it seems to have because this is still true. It's still going to here, right, from any state.
Okay, so then is there a way that we can differentiate dying from decreasing? Like, because now I'm thinking about it, we do want health to decrease on the final hit, but we more so want to call that a death rather than just a hurt or something.
I think I have to. Health slots is less than.
So the player's pain is carrying out.
I think I have to. I think I have to do this as well. So health is decreasing, but also health slots not equal to 0.
Uh huh.
So that.
Well, those can't be. Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
No, I'm saying health loss decreased will not play when health depleted is supposed to play.
Okay.
Got you. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. So health depleted means your health is 0. Health decreased means it's something above 1. Okay, got it. I think that makes sense.
Technically, when you do technically when your health is like depleted, it's decreasing. So I guess that's why I had both of those functions running at the same time. Yes.
Yeah.
So now it's not happening.
Yeah, and I'll do it again because we had one. Yo, this is comedy. Jump. Yo,
Nice.
just run around the game like that. That is quality content.
The
Super Mario World. That is hilarious.
Oh, this is great. Oh,
This is a glitch state that lets you clip through walls, y'all, for the speedrunners. Like,
for the speedrunners, this is it. You guys all know this is how it's gonna work.
oh man, that's hilarious.
Oh, look at that.
Any percent speed run, this is it.
Right. What was I gonna say? Okay, so then now after death, I guess we can put a wait for seconds and then do a respawn.
No, not necessarily. No,
Okay.
yes, actually, yes, necessarily. I guess. That depends. Do we just want to respawn, or do we want to do game over and then they just gotta start on the last like?
Yeah, I think that what we should do is just respawn them at the last whatever, but we don't have that set up yet, so let's just respawn them with full health at the last soft checkpoint or hard checkpoint. Sorry.
Well, I think for one that all that was just happening. Again, once we start doing that interaction stuff,
Yeah.
it should prevent it from happening. Like, you cannot do any of these things if you're dying.
Got it. Yeah,
Dying
makes
interrupts
sense.
all of that stuff. So
Okay.
Yeah,
can't do none of that.
because jumping while dead is a little bit awkward if I do say so myself.
Because to code it is kind of annoying, and to code it or to set up the logic using the action-based system is quite annoying. But if we can do it in the way I'm talking about, it may not be as annoying.
Okay. All right. Sure. So I guess we will leave that for when we refactor. Let me take a note of that.
I'll make that my thing.
Sure. And so now, do we think that we can take a look at those 2 bugs? The one about the player moving while attacking and losing the ability, or do we want to wait for that till we do some more refactors?
Well, I think that's all part of it, right?
Okay. Gotcha.
Like, it's just like whether you can even do these things in the first place. I just don't know at what point where to sort of set this. Maybe on the state controller.
Okay.
Like for example, right here.
Sure. Where,
like this whole set state function. Like there would be something to prevent it from setting given certain conditions, basically. Or if this is set, then there'd be logic that looks like, okay, what does this do to other states?
Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we got through most of what we wanted, and it's 7:15 then. So what do we want to work on? Do we want to now look at those VFX and maybe look, because we have the 45, or do we want to look at sounds? Do we want to?
If we're talking about visual effects, at least like using shaders, I feel like I need to like learn.
Go read up on that. Okay.
Yeah, read up on it. And see,
Okay,
like,
sure.
how to do it. Because I'm pretty sure I have an idea of how to create a shader and creating all those nodes. Because I've done it sometimes, like a bit, but not to that extent. I need a bracket. I need a bracket.
Yeah, no worries. So then let's think of what else we can do. I remember we had more stuff.
No
I'll
problem,
be back.
fun
I'm just
guy.
gonna
Thanks.
refill on my water.
Yeah,
And,
go for it. Go get
let me know
a
what the
refill. It's a
decision-
good time to take a little break.
So,
Sure.
this rarely happens, right? We have a plan usually for stream, right? And in our minds, we think, okay, we will get through the plan in 2 hours, and it will usually go according to plan. And sometimes we don't even get through the plan, but for
Most
some
times
reason,
we don't.
yes, for some reason, through the sheer power of our brains, we have completed the plan in an hour and 15 minutes. So we're gonna look at our roadmap and think about some stuff that we could think about some stuff that we could work on right now, or some stuff that was on the backlog, or if anyone in chat has a suggestion for us to want to work on, here's one. Yeah. Ability frame.
Yeah, the same way we did in Wake Up, where you take damage, you like blink, or if you respawn,
you mean like
you like blink?
Blink, or like the knockback? Or...
No, in Wake Up, when you fell into a pit, you had like invincibility frames where you were like blinking after you will respawn, and that is just us turning off and on the player like object or the sprite and the hitbox for that bit of time. Okay. But it seems as though though Alex has a different approach. So what are you going for?
The action sequence controller.
And I get that. Yeah, fair enough.
Alex, actually, before you get into this, I just wanted to address chat for a second about our gaming stuff, just because we have some time. Just because we brought it up yesterday. So yesterday was our last Bloodstain stream for a while. Yep. And next week, we're going to be coming at you guys with a co-op multiplayer game. But we're not telling you what it is. And
we're not.
One of the actual reasons is that we don't actually know what it is yet.
Why you gotta say that? No, yeah, it's fine.
we haven't decided what it is yet.
Yeah, we're still thinking about it.
And there's two reasons. One is because, we haven't talked about it, like, together as a group. And the other thing is that we want to ask you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions on a game that you want to see us have fun with, or, go completely insane playing, drop some suggestions in the chat.
Yeah, we would definitely love to hear them.
Preferably games that we already have, that we already have downloaded, but you might not know what that is.
I was gonna say they wouldn't know, so just throw some
suggestions, and you know what? We might have them already, and you know what? You might be surprised and be like, "Whoa, they took my suggestion." So, just wanted to bring that up, and also mention that we appreciate your support at all times.
Always.
And thank you very much. And now we're bringing this back to Alex to describe the invincibility frame using the action sequence controller. Alex. He's not doing it anymore.
Got him. So what are you gonna do?
Okay.
Yeah, the after image, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yep. Yeah, it can't keep flickering. So.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with that, I think, because we already handled the health depleted, but yeah, I guess those should be separate actions, yeah. They shouldn't be coupled or linked. But yeah, I totally get you though. We want to Yeah, I get it, because I can imagine not all damage will make you like blink. It could be, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's like fire damage. It makes you flinch, but maybe you don't blink, and maybe only respawns do the blinking. I think that's okay. Like, I think that anything that hurts you that isn't a respawn, like a hazard or something, maybe you just flinch, and if you fall into like a spike pit or something and respawn, then you blink and have some invincibility there.
I was muted the whole time. No one tell him. No one tells me this stuff.
Oh wait, what whole time?
Wait, whole time.
The entire stream?
On the stream, not the whole time, but probably when I left to get water, and then when I came back and talked.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
just want to alert the stream that it seems that Alex was muted for some time. We don't know how long, but it seemed it was only a few minutes. But
Hope so.
Alex was. It seemed he was muted for a little.
Yeah, and we're on Discord, so like we couldn't
really tell.
I gotta
listening
when
to
I go, I gotta
stream.
unmute two places and mute two places.
Got you. I understand.
We hear her about Discord, but we couldn't really tell. So, were you guys hearing Alex on?
No,
on stream?
they were not. I was very much aware that I was muted.
They weren't. It's
okay.
all good. It's all good. Yeah, we didn't
happens
figuring out how to approach this implementation.
Yeah, for now, I guess it's fine if it's like a. Because it's two things, right? Huh? It's two things. It's we have to flicker. We also have to do this hitbox thing.
Where like the hitbox is disabled so that they can't take damage, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That could be
Sure.
an action sequence. Forget it. It's really like two action sequences technically. Okay. Invincibility.
Invincibility, yeah, the classic. Hey, so Spartan has a lot of recommendations. Smash, Back for Blood, Dying Light 2, Borderlands, Halo, Gears, Rainbow Six, D&D Dark Alliance.
All right.
Those are options. Dying Light 2 is on the table.
All right,
Smash
hold on. Alex, can you pause for a sec, Alex? I know you're in the middle of this for 1 second.
Pause what?
Just because Spartan Unit put in some suggestions for multiplayer games.
Yeah.
And I know that you are a fan of some of those games. At least one of them. At least maybe one or two.
One or two? No, I said Dying Light 2. I said Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
I literally just said.
Yeah.
I might just play that. No, I said I am gonna play that because I pre-ordered it.
I'm talking about for our co-op multiplayer stream next week.
Or
just like for what we want to play in general.
No, you're right. It's because I might just do like random streams playing Dying Light 2 as well.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that we have time to pick, so we will definitely.
I'm personally a fan of many of those games.
Yeah, they're all good options.
So how long?
A good amount of those could be an option. Thank you for the
seconds.
suggestions.
I think do like 3 seconds or like 2 seconds even.
3? Okay.
Yeah. I think because we don't want to give them that much invincibility. I think that 2 seconds is good.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read.
But yeah,
this is
we'll test it out.
Sequence.
Okay, it's the trigger for it.
I think it's a pretty appropriate name, I think, right? And then
Sure.
the actual invincibility frame sequence. I wish I could make the word invincibility much shorter than that, but whatever. Yeah, so here's
the trigger does what? Yeah, let's see. So the
trigger is going to for one do two things, right? It's going to it's going to trigger this thing, right?
The sequence, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna trigger sequence. This sequence is gonna loop, right? It's gonna do every maybe, I don't know, 0.5, let's say, probably 0.25. And what it's gonna do to the player is it's going to flicker the sprite. Like enabled is going to be set to false, and
okay, every 0.25 Seconds,
Yeah,
okay.
and then same thing, sort of, right? It does it in a loop. False.
Yeah,
true,
I
false.
understand. Yep.
So this one is
And then what
triggering.
stops it?
What stops it
Ah,
is this. So
the second one, got it.
once it after 3 seconds, it'll Did I do that right? Sorry, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah,
After 3
this will
seconds,
now become
it stops the sequence. For one,
stop sequence. Yep.
make sure that the player sprite is enabled.
Okay. And that their hitbox is also enabled.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good. Makes sense.
And this is game object set active to true. Here,
Okay.
I had to trigger. Well, before I trigger the sequence, I have to do a couple things, right? No, actually, just one thing. I have to disable the. I have to disable the
Hitbox.
So okay, disable hitbox, trigger the sequence at the whole invincibility frame.
Sure.
So that starts it. Then after 3 seconds, stop the sequence, re-enable the sprite. To, regardless, because it could have been stopped when it was disabled, right? And then re-enable the hitbox.
Okay, I see this is gonna work, but I don't think it's gonna work how we expect. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna get hit and flicker through themselves like flinching. I think, but let's see.
Do themselves flinching? I mean,
Like
yeah, probably.
the flinch is gonna happen, and they're gonna flicker at the same time.
Yeah, that will happen. Yes.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. And
Do
so
you
I'm
want it
saying,
to wait until after?
not necessarily. That's all. I was saying it. What might make more sense is you flinch when you take damage like that isn't hazard damage, and then you blink when you take hazard damage.
Thanks for the hey listen. MMOs?
Hey, listen. MMOs.
The only one
I don't
can think
know.
of, I mean, that's quite a venture. The only one I could think of right now is
Final Fantasy 14.
God
I know
damn
it.
I wouldn't be opposed. So like
But-
I think the vibe we want for the channel in general is like indie co-op multiplayer, right? Is that
I mean,
you
not
guys-
necessarily. Because
not
if-
necessarily, right?
Smash and like Dying Light are not necessarily like indie.
That's true. That's true. It's just that we started off with
MMOs out of the
Phasmophobia.
realm.
We started off with Phasmophobia, which is from an indie game studio, right? And then we did go with Bloodstain, which is not, I guess.
Exactly. So I think we're playing a mix of games.
We're gonna
We'll
mix
bring
it
in
up.
more indie.
I
but
wouldn't be
think
opposed to an MMO.
is-
I wouldn't be opposed to an MMO. Like we're gonna be variety games. We're gonna be variety streamers. So we wouldn't be opposed.
Big
Elder
fan
Scrolls
of
Online.
MMOs,
I like
so that's
Elder
just me.
Scrolls. I like Elder Scrolls, but I don't know. I don't know about you guys.
Elder
I'm
Scrolls.
a big MMO guy.
I've never played it before.
Okay. We have a lot
Yeah,
of
I mean,
options. We have a lot of options.
It's an option. Yeah.
We have a lot of options.
Okay,
Thanks for the suggestions.
So what are you taking a look at, Alex?
Hold on. It's
Yeah.
this thing again? Okay, cool.
And
I'm
yeah,
just
so
trying
just
it out. I'm just giving it a shot, seeing if it works.
oh, yeah, sure, of course.
Okay. Hold on. Can you maybe? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I can. Let's see. Okay, so that might be best.
Wait, what are you testing right now?
The flicker on the
Flickr, but can you do it on a bigger platform, just so that you could see the length of the frame? Do you get what I'm saying?
I-
So that you could back up so that it's not consistently hitting you. Yes.
Oh, it's being weird because the loop is it's starting new loops on itself. That's what's happening.
Really?
Damn,
If I had
went
to guess,
sleep.
because that looked too fast to me. Like it looks like it was like trying to make it like
Oh no! It's because I didn't set wait for time.
there we go. I'm like
Yeah.
there's something a little off. Okay, so maybe now
that
to
was
a different
you're
point.
right. You're right. I had to set for time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now it should look a bit less aggressive.
Be aggressive. Why don't? Oh, it's because I'm zoomed in.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Okay, so
why
yeah,
there are only 2 orbs.
So 0.25 is probably better then.
Yeah.
Because that's a little bit too slow, but yeah. So we had the right time. We just needed to change the
what I can
action
do
to take
as
account
well
for time.
is hold on. When I get hurt, I can, like right here on player, I can set the hitbox here to be false.
I think that makes sense, yeah. So they can't take damage in that little bit of time, yeah.
Set false, right? That triggers this thing, and then what I can do here is not set this to false. But I can make this wait a little bit, like 0.5. So the animation plays out a little bit before flickering.
Okay, I understand.
And then here we're gonna, we already did 0.25. We might make it more animation based because normally I don't like the idea of setting 2 different times.
Yeah, I understand that. That's fair. Yeah, I think that looks weird. I think I'd rather let's leave it.
Well, I could make it faster. Or
no, it's not even that. It's because I'm thinking. I don't think there's a point in having both of these kinds of things, and by that I mean the flinch as well as the flicker. I don't think you need both at the same time.
I'm trying to think, what do you guys prefer better?
So one thing is, alright, so Hollow Knight does this well, just as an example. Hollow Knight, when you take damage, you don't blink, you just flinch. Like you fly back and you flinch.
You want to pull it up just so the viewers could get a visual?
Sure, yeah, let me look.
Because I think that would be beneficial.
Sure.
Incognito.
I'm trying. If you look up Hollow Knight hazard damage, I'm pretty sure it does it. Where when you take damage, you
Effect. Effects animation. Yeah, that's great.
No, yes, so.
Hold on, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah. Do they blink or do they flinch or do they do both? I don't remember in Hollow Knight. Yeah, go ahead and play. So you take damage, and so they that's more so what we. It's kind of mixed. It's interesting. So they
well, that's what we're doing right now, kind of, right? They get her first, and
but they don't disappear. I'm saying. If you go to when they acid dunk, it looks. I'm wondering if they do the same thing or if they fall in acid. I don't know if they do this, but either way, I'm saying yeah, I don't know, or just fall onto any hazard, so spikes or whatever. I can't tell if the Hollow Knight flashes or if they just do this thing where they kind of turn black and turn.
I think they turn black, but it's not. It's more than that. They camera shake.
Yeah. I'm saying outside of the camera shake, it seems as though
they just blacken.
They turn black instead of flashing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm saying that looks a bit better than them appearing. Whereas I'm saying it's either you commit to they just disappear and have no flinch animation, or
sorry about that, Spartan. I know you have a issue with bugs. Sorry about that. You could look away for Hollow Knight.
He's not a bug.
Just because it's
or
a bug
it's not
kingdom.
a bug.
Yeah, it's a bug kingdom.
I understand.
I agree.
Go ahead.
So we could just, if anything, we could just do the flashing without the animation.
Yes, we can either do flashing or turn the character black and do that. But I say let's pick one. Yeah.
I honestly I would prefer the non-flashing option, hide and then show of the.
Okay, so and you'd rather the flinch, the one that we have now.
The flinch plus some sort of effect, similar
Okay, so sure. So okay, then let's get rid of the flicker. I'm fine with that.
Well, we don't necessarily have to get rid of the flicker per se.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same concept. It's just we're going to be changing the color.
Can we do that from here? That's my question. Because there's no method for it. It's a it's a property, so you have to change it in code. That's what I was saying is the difference. Instead of disabling it, we'd have to change the actual like color to like a hex value or something.
Unless we change the material.
Change the material. That could work. I can understand that.
Because right now, by default, it's sprite lit default.
Okay, and then what are the other options at the moment? Or would we have to make a new like thing for this? Or you know what? In the same way that we were saying before, do we think that our art in the end is going to be more of a flashing or more of a like changing color thing? Because once we make our own art, we can do this
I honestly
on the
like
art.
the idea of changing color.
Yeah, I
just
agree.
Because it's like you're more there. I don't know what it is about like
Disappearing that feels weird.
This disappearing doesn't feel weird, but it makes it feel a little too arcadey. Not archaic, like it's from an arcade.
Yeah, like it feels like early like Mario or like early games. I understand. Yeah. Okay, all right. So yeah, let's just keep the flinch and we'll make a color change like later. Let's ignore the flickering for right now. Yeah, I understand how it feels more like a Pac-Man type thing or something like that.
So what I'm gonna do though is I'm going to remove this.
Yeah.
And then this is not gonna happen, like this flickering.
Yep.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna move the hitbox thing. So here hitbox is set to false. This is not based on a timer.
Yeah, it just happens.
This one here, after 3 seconds, it's going to enable the hitbox again. This
Yep.
one we can just get rid of. This one you can get rid of. So now invincibility frame sequence is literally just a hitbox thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the player can do. And so I say now let's lower it. 3 seconds I think is too long to not take damage in between hits. I think that like even like 1.5 or 2 seconds is cool.
Hold on. My headset's literally about to fall off of me.
No worries.
It's because just in case, I always like to hear from my right ear.
Yeah, I understand. That's fair.
Does your headset also like make that like sound when the battery's about to die?
Beep beep boop.
Yeah, the beep beep boop. You know, like beep beep boop beep. Beep beep boop. You know, like
beep boop bop.
SpongeBob episode.
Not talking about beep boop beep.
Right. And you like immediately panic and you're like, I need to find the charger, or like I'm on stream and you know my battery's gonna die and I gotta find the charger.
I guess I don't really panic too much about it, you know.
I know, but that's my brain, and like that happened to me earlier on the stream, and I heard the beep boop bops, and I was like, I need to plug in, so now I'm plugged in.
Got it. Okay.
And sometimes maybe when I'm in a meeting, it's an important one.
In a meeting, it happens too. Yeah, it happens when I play Halo sometimes, and I'm like, oh boy, gotta plug in.
Did we ever figure out the healing? I don't remember if we did. Did we? I think we did.
Yeah, no, we did. I mean, I wouldn't want to heal now, but I mean,
yeah, I don't remember. You know, yeah. Hey, go ahead and heal now. I don't remember.
Damn.
See?
Our player is.
No, we can't heal. We can't heal. We can't do anything.
Because we're dead.
Right.
Okay, good. That works.
Technically, we shouldn't be able to use any heals, but I think there's a lot of things that we haven't implemented. Like
we're still very early on. Yeah, like there's a lot of logic that needs to stop things from happening that we don't have currently at the moment. So again, so it's 7:40. We have 20 minutes.
We can probably do maybe one more thing.
Sure. Yeah. So I say let's figure out what that one thing is. Do we want to
While y'all do that, I'm just gonna be coding.
Go for it. Yep.
So just like I guess we could do like we can recap what we've done. So we set up the player death animation. We implemented the player taking damage and the death, and we set up the player invincibility frame with the flicker. Was there anything else that we did?
Did you mention the Drake death animation? I don't know if you.
No.
Well,
yeah, the player death animation.
Oh, no.
Oh, the enemy.
The enemy Drake. Yeah, now it has a death animation as expected.
The player and the enemy death animation. Yes.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So,
We have accomplished a lot,
Probably
but
here.
we could potentially do another thing. So what, Alex? What are you gonna do right now? What are
Oh,
you
I'm
doing
just
right
I'm just coding, man. The whole
now?
thing,
He's
you
just,
know, the
he's
whole.
just coding.
So I'm just coding until a decision is made.
All right.
'Cause I don't often get the chance. But what I was gonna do right now in terms of code, in terms of logic,
sure,
was
let's follow what you're doing. Yeah.
it was just the whole interactions thing, right? Just
Okay,
to
sure.
indicate, yeah, like
Let's
you
go
know,
with that. And so for us again, because you gave us the quick version, but before you write code, explain to us and the viewers like what is this interactions thing going to be?
well, the thing about states, right? True, false, whatever, like is attacking, is
Yep.
walking, is dashing, is that right here in if we look at player controller, for like handle walking, we can't
Yep.
do any walking if is wall jumping or is crouching.
Okay.
But as we add more abilities and add more like capabilities to the player, or even to just anything that requires this type of logic, it's this whole thing of keeping track of what interacts with what is gonna grow larger.
Yeah.
So what an interactions object will do ideally, and if I code this right, is essentially define the relationships between all these states. At the moment,
Welcome to Shadow Fungi.
yeah,
Yeah, go
welcome
ahead.
back. No. I was just saying that it's just going to define what happens. Like, does setting this thing to true interrupt everything else? Like, you know, like what does it prevent? Like if I dash while I'm doing an attack, then I should, you know, these things are going to be set to false, right?
Gotcha. Okay, so then ideally interactions has only like two real states, like it'll take in my head a list of states and then have a not and a true version. So like will this stop this thing? If it's true, then we have some code that handles that. Otherwise, it just ignores it. Yeah? Is it something like that? Is that what you're thinking?
Kind of. It's hard to say. I think right now interactions is just gonna have to be like Boolean. Like I don't know how else to do it.
Okay.
Because like, you know, there are other things like integers and like values, but the states that we usually like this would mostly be concerned with is true or false states.
So I think you're right. I think all we really need is true or false, and I'll tell you why. What you're saying makes me think of the interactions thing with colliders in Unity. That like grid box with all the checkboxes. That's effectively what we want to make, right? Except for our states. So the same way that we can say that, oh, okay, the enemy will not collide with its own hitbox or own enemy like attack hitbox. We want to say a similar thing where okay, if you're walking, that does not interrupt, you know, this, or it does interrupt that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, yeah, it's exactly. Yeah.
Like it's the exact same kind of framework. We're just gonna be coding it for the actions that someone can take and the states rather than like box colliders.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
I wasn't paying attention for a second, but I have a very good idea.
What's your idea?
Wait, what the hell did I edit? Oh, yeah, you go ahead.
There's 15 minutes left, and we finished everything. Let's raid someone.
That's not a bad idea.
And I have someone in mind.
I don't know how to raid someone.
It's
yet.
someone I do know how to raid someone,
Oh, okay.
and we have what 5? We have 7 people watching us right now,
Yeah, sure. We
including I guess ourselves. And I would like the opinion of chat because I don't know if you guys know what raiding is.
States.
It's when you we basically take our stream and we bring it to someone else's stream who we kind of we mess with, you know, like we like, right? And you have a choice if you want to, you know, join the raid, and you basically just hang out with their stream, and you just hang around and you support them, and you could leave whenever you want. And the streamer that I had in mind, they're streaming right now, is Edom Games. Edom Games?
Oh, Edom Games. I know. I'm
Edom
aware
Games.
of them. I'm aware of them. Yeah.
They are streaming right now Mini Boss pixel art, Project Bloom episode.
Yeah, they're
40.
working on their own thing.
Let's do it.
Do you guys want to do that right
Yeah,
now?
no,
What
yeah.
do you guys
Well,
think, chat?
No, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I say let's raid. I think it'll be a fun time for everyone.
I have a question. Quan and Alex, do you guys have the stream open right now on your phones? Our stream?
I have it open on my computer, not my phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, do you have it open? So, like, basically, okay. So, chat right now. Sounds like you're going. So, bye. Have a nice evening. Okay, cool. Thanks for popping in, Shadow Fun Guy. Basically, you're not forced to join a raid, but you're gonna get an option on your screen that says, "Would you like to join the raid?" You could say no. You could say yes.
Yeah, and
if you say yes, our stream is gonna host their stream for like whatever the next 15 minutes or whatever it is, and that's it. We're just gonna join their stream with the rest of you guys.
I say let's raid them.
So I'm gonna set that up, and Quan, maybe you could just close out our final goodbyes here. Not final goodbyes. That sounds like we're leaving you.
You want to do that? Are we doing this now? No.
So
I say it's 7:47. Let's do it at 7:50.
I'm setting it up. Like, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yes. So set that up, and we'll do it in a few minutes. But thanks everyone who joined us. We got through most of our things a little bit early. Again, we got our enemy to die when they take enough damage and they like disappear from the screen. The player now, like, they flinch when they take damage, as well as the player will now like go into a death animation when they've taken enough damage. So we got that done, and then we're in the setting up stages for some other things coming next week. So like making sure that these interactions don't overlap each other. So right now the player can like move while they're in the death state, and allowing for other things like that not to happen. So we will be working on that over the week, and we'll be back next Thursday for more game development, fix that. And we'll probably have a lot more things in store. Maybe we'll add some effects to the player, to the enemy, to the world, who knows. But we'll come back with that next Thursday. And then
play some games next Wednesday.
And next Wednesday, we'll be playing some co-op. So look forward to that as well.
And,
but with that said,
and we're about to raid, what's their name? Edom Games? Edom Games?
Yeah.
I think it's
Edom Games or Edom Games.
Edom Games. So you're not forced to join the raid, but we want to support someone who's trying to teach themselves game development. They're working
Thanks for the biddies and victory.
Thanks for the biddies. They're working on some pixel art right now, I think, for their game. So let's go check them out, all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's support another indie developer. So let's go hang out with them.
Go for it. So
let's do this.
Initiate the raid. We're all for it.
Initiate the raid.
Does it stop doing